Coach Drake D. Wilkins, Sr. Coach Wilkins began his coaching career with the Police Athletic League in 1979. He then became the head coach at Detroit Southeastern for 11 years, moved to Denby as head coach for 9 years, and is presently the head coach at Madison Heights, Madison. 3 high schools, 3 head coaching positions. He has received League and Regional Coach of the Year awards and was the Detroit Lions Coach of the Week in 2006. His teams have qualified for the state playoffs 10 times, and in 2007 was the East All-Star Game head coach. Coach Wilkins' biggest thrills in coaching: the 2007 Michigan High School Football Coaches Association East-West All-Star Game, and to watch kids grow and have them stop by or call and say thank you. Coach Wilkins is a man of few words. Coach Wilkins' comment on why coach: because I love it. And isn't that why we're all here tonight anyway? Ladies and gentlemen, the newest member of the Hall of Fame, Coach Drake D. Wilkins, Sr.
Thank you. I was just told that make sure that you guys got out here by 10 o'clock. I got 20 minutes. No, seriously. First, let me thank God, okay, because that's why I'm here. Let me thank the association for allowing me to receive this prestigious award. I also like to thank my Madison family. We have a superintendent, an athletic director, 2 different principals, and their wives. My following from the Detroit area, where I spent 20 years coaching in DPS, are all sitting at this table. Okay, I like to thank them for coming. I definitely won't be long because my grandson ready to go to sleep. Thirdly, I like to thank my pastor and his wife for attending. Okay, they're the rock that I rely on every Sunday, because it's kind of ironic, because when you're talking to kids, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm talking to kids, they don't know it, but I'm also talking to myself. Okay, and a lot of times the things that I'm saying to them, I'm also preaching to myself, because we share some of the same weaknesses and flaws and whatever. I just do a better job of covering mine up. And they just don't know it. So, I also like to thank my what I call my road dogs. These are regional directors that we've traveled the road from Detroit for probably the last 15 or so years. Attending clinics and meetings and whatever, most of them on cold, snowy nights. Okay, that's Mr. Keith Stevens, who just relinquished his president's role, Mr. Eric Smith, Mr. Andre Holland. Okay, many stories to tell about those guys and making those trips, but for a later date. I won't be long, but the reason why I said, of course, I thank God. Most of you don't have a clue my history. And when I think about a mother and father that dropped out of school, in the 6th grade, to work the field. But to think that I'm where I'm at in life right now today, there is no human being that could have made that happen. So I have to thank God. When I think about being put in some of the positions that I put in, over my coaching career, working with some of the kids that you couldn't imagine the situation, the lifestyles that they come from, to help them along the way. Makes me wonder a lot of times, why did you choose me? What do I have to offer? So I take that as a blessing that God saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. So He's allowed me to be a servant for 35 years. Serving different communities, different families, touching one kid that had that trickle-down effect of where now his little sister, his little brother, his friend down the street wants to go to school because all of a sudden the coach told DeAndre that this is your way out. This is better than the streets. This is better than where you come from. And when you feel like, when you realize that you have that type of gift, as one of the other speakers said, it's amazing. And then, like I said, you can't help but to go back, why me? So to make a long story short, I'm gonna try to give you an example of what I'm talking about. This is one of my kids that I coached in my early years, that when I say economically deprived, that don't even scratch the surface. He doesn't have a clue that I'm going in the Hall of Fame. But it's ironic that he sent an email to me last week, just hoping that it would get to me. Without any further ado, hi Coach. It's been a long time since we talked. This is why I bumped. I know the name rings a bell or two, and I hope all is well with your family. I have a family of my own. They're doing wonderful. I'm employed at the Defiance City Schools as an educator. I didn't know that this would be my career path, but I'm really glad it worked out this way. I want to thank you for being a role model that you were for me. In short, Coach, you saved my life. I coach football at the finals. Defensive line coach. Defensive coordinator. These jobs are very fulfilling. And I have to thank you. I have to thank you for doing what you did for me. If it wasn't for you, Coach, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. And if there's anything that I can do for you, and he left his number, please contact me. So in closing, I want to leave you with two hymns that my mother used to sing that I think is very fitting for this occasion. If God never does another thing for me, He's done enough. And the other one, may the life I live speak for me.